The king wanted to summon a girl, but he set some peculiar conditions. She couldn't wear clothes, but she also couldn't be naked. She couldn't ride a horse, take a carriage, or walk, and she couldn't come empty-handed or bring a gift. All of this started the day before. The king enjoyed taking walks and exploring different places. One day, as he passed through a village, he noticed a sign on the village head's door that read, "Here lives a clever village head who lives a carefree life every day." The king's interest was piqued, and he thought to himself, since you claim to be so carefree, let me give you some trouble. So, he jotted down the address of the village head. Back in the palace, the king immediately ordered someone to send a broken water pot to the village head, demanding that he mend the holes in it, or else he would be beheaded. The village head was at his wit's end and couldn't figure out what to do. He was constantly frowning and worrying. Then, his recently adult daughter heard about the situation. She told her father to send the water pot back and ask the king to turn it upside down first, because when we mend clothes, we always turn them inside out first. In this way, they easily resolved the crisis. But the king wasn't willing to give up. He sent another challenge, a millstone, demanding that the village head remove its skin, or else he would be beheaded. Just as the village head had started to breathe a sigh of relief, he was worried again. Fortunately, he had a clever daughter. She told her father to send the millstone back and ask the king to bleed it first, because people always bleed animals before skinning them. In this way, the millstone rolled all the way back to the palace, and the village head once again successfully avoided danger. The king grew more and more curious about who was so clever. So, he sent a letter to the village head, stating that he wanted to summon him. The village head thought the king would reward him, so he hurried to the palace. The king asked him who had come up with these outrageous ideas. The village head immediately told the king the truth. Upon learning this, the king asked the village head's daughter to come to the palace immediately. When she arrived, she couldn't wear clothes, but she also couldn't be naked. She couldn't ride a horse, take a carriage, or walk, and she couldn't bring a gift, but she also couldn't come empty-handed. The village head cried all the way back home, thinking he had brought trouble upon his daughter. When he got home, his daughter saw him crying and asked what had happened. The village head told her about the king's demands. To his surprise, the girl said she already had a plan. She took off her clothes, leaving only her vest on, so it seemed like she was neither fully dressed nor completely naked. Then she straddled a goat with one foot while the other foot remained on the ground. Finally, she caught a pigeon and brought it with her to the palace. When she arrived, she presented the pigeon to the king, and it flew away, thus fulfilling the condition of bringing something but not actually giving a gift. Everyone in the palace was astonished by her appearance. The king said he admired her courage, but she should at least cover her private parts. The girl replied to the king, "God created my body, and I have no reason to feel ashamed." The king was impressed by her honesty and intelligence, so he rewarded her with a soldier and gave them 2 bags of money, allowing them to live a happy life together.